report.ca. I'm proud of you, Canada. You're starting to fight back. This one is an email I just received. It's to the Toronto Red Star, the left-wing rag that's been around for far too long. And this comes from a group of concerned parents who did not like being insulted by the lies of Peter Goffin, a very left-wing, we'll call him radical left-wing reporter for the Toronto Star. He's no reporter, but either way. The letter is titled, Your Editorial March 14th, 2017, in quotes, Peel Board is right to condemn anti-Muslim protest. End quote. This all started because Mayor Linda Jeffrey of Brampton decided to call a whole bunch of brown people and some white people racist because they're protesting prayer in public school. We, the taxpayers and parents who oppose the accommodation of religious prayer and practices during school hours at Peel Board schools, take exception to your use of the descriptor anti-Muslim protest to describe our position. The silent majority of diverse parents and taxpayers in Peel do not support the conduct of religious prayer and practices in our public schools, regardless of which religious faiths are being represented. We find it exceptionally interesting that you chose to ignore this board principle that we stand and instead decided to label our concerns as anti-Muslim protest. Perhaps you have ulterior motives in presenting this as a sectarian issue as opposed to presenting it honestly. Valid question. What we found most interesting about your editorial is that in your headline, you chose to use provocative language to describe the opposition to the Peel Board accommodations as an anti-Muslim protest. Yet in the body of your editorial, you acknowledge that the protesters are requesting religious practices and prayers for all and any religions to be discontinued. Perhaps this is what is referred to as sensational journalism and fake news. They're correct. I was there. I spoke there. The word Islam never appeared once, not for the entire day. To be clear, we stand by our position to and oppose the accommodation of religious practices and prayers of all religions in our public schools. This issue is about the assurance of a religious-free environment for all students in our public schools, regardless of the faith they practice at home. Under no circumstances do we believe the primary mission of public education systems should be held subservient to religious interest groups, whether they be led by the parents or not. Rest assured, our commitment to a secular public education system where all children of all faiths or no faith are free to collaboratively work and excel in the school curriculum. The Toronto Red Star, has done a great disservice to diverse Canadians, parents, taxpayers, and mostly to the next generation in our young children by resorting to easy accusation of anti-Muslim sentiment to describe our concerns and thereby ignoring the truth. You have also eroded our trust in your newspaper. Mwah, beautiful. Beautifully said. Oh. Since we felt you misrepresented us and many like-minded parents with the intentional, unethical use of your media platform, we will not be engaging in interviews with your representatives. And this is ROOPS, Religion Out of Public Schools. ROOPS is a group of parents united in their stand to keep public schools secular, not one, but all religions out of public schools. Well, the Toronto Red Star, is so desperate to sell newspapers that they're going to write any old crap that they can. But they're not hiring journalists. They're hiring lost and angry children like Peter Goffin or like, I forget her name, the one with glasses. I'm doing a video about her next, so don't worry about it. Laura Beeston, that's her. The 70s looking chick who's got a 1910s mindset on the whole world. And again, another child. Toronto Star writers don't even work at their office anymore. You can tell this because they're not writing every day. They write whenever they feel like writing. So to sell newspapers, they use terms like Mississauga is anti-Muslim and then write a story completely unrelated to the title. The Toronto Star, people, what you need to do is cancel your subscriptions. Stop buying it. It's garbage. Not fit for toilet paper, honestly. Barely fit to have your dog crap on it if you're letting your dog crap in your basement. Don't use the Toronto Star because the Toronto Star is too low quality a rag to contain animal feces. Do you understand? Thank you, Roops, for doing your civic duty. Thank you, Roops, for doing your duty in general in making sure religion stays out of school, but also that you are now lecturing the Toronto Star on the fact that they are no longer journalists. It's not journalism. It's not news that they are producing. It is quite literally crap. Wonderful. Canada, keep fighting back. What's the worst the Toronto Star can do? Write another article by Peter Goffin? Kevin J. Johnston, freedomreport.ca.